time to get in your spring garden and make those flowers grow, but there could be one problem many of you are facing, and that's weeds. We don't like them, they don't look good in our garden, so Tyler Palafox from Mission Hills Nursery is going to tell us how we do just that, get rid of them. Good morning, thank you for being here. Did you bring the sunshine with you?
I did, so I thought, what the heck, it's a good day.
Yeah, it's a great day to garden. A lot of people, you know, after this rain we had this week too, get out there, kind of freshen everything up in the yard. But the weeds, a huge issue this year because of all the rain we had.
Because of the rain and the warm weather, weeds are going to come out in force. So first off, I want to just kind of cover some things on how to prevent them initially. So this is a little late, but in the future,
for next year, right?
For
the coming season, okay.
One of the critical things is a mulch or a bark or something to put down on top of the soil. Any kind of blank soil should have something covering it. And what these do is they eliminate sunshine to get in there and actually allow the seed to germinate, so it prevents the weeds in the future.
That makes sense.
Mulches should be around 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick when you put it down, and you want really good coverage. But it also keeps in the water and other things, allows air to go into the soil, so it's really good for the soil as well.
Kind of like a little vitamin just to help keep the weeds away.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
So that's one thing. Now, if you're creating a pathway or maybe you have a large area, there's a product called Weed Barrier that they put out, and that's down there in the front. It comes in black rolls. And what that does is it allows the water to go through it, but then it prevents any weeds to come up through it because it has really micro-sized holes in there. So it's really good for large areas, especially if you're worried about a pathway or something like that getting infested with weeds.
Now, what's the best time of the year to put this stuff down?
You know, any time of the year, especially when you're working in your garden, because you can always prevent weeds for us. There's always warm weather, they're always out in force, so you got to be real careful with that. But right now is a great time to get out in the garden and work in there. And then another product is this product. It's called Amaze because it's amazing, right? It's a pre-emergent, and what pre-emergents do is they create a sterile environment in the soil so they don't allow things to germinate. Now, this is wonderful for weeds because they don't allow weed seeds to germinate, but if you're planting your vegetable garden and you're using seeds to plant, it's not going to be good for that because none of your vegetable seeds are going to come up.
So that's only for our pretty flowers. And
exactly, exactly. But if you have weeds and you're trying to get rid of them, right now is a great time here to start using some of the herbicides. Right here in front we have this natural herbicide from EB Stone. It's an organic herbicide that you can use in those organic gardens, especially when you're dealing with weeds and vegetables and things like that. And this has to be sprayed on the foliage of the weed. So it's not going to work if there's no weeds. It's only going to work if you can spray it on the foliage. And then these two products here, Roundup and Weed B Gone Max, these are for your general weeds. Now the nice thing about Weed B Gone Max is that you can use that in your lawn and you can spray it all over your whole lawn, and it's not going to kill your lawn, but it'll kill the weeds in the lawn.
Oh, perfect.
So that's a really good solution.
Get rid of the little ones that we can't get to sometimes.
Exactly. Now, I want to tell something some people don't always know, is that these herbicide products need to be sprayed actually on a growing weed. So the best way to get rid of them is to have a nice green weed, and you go out and you spray it on it then. So that way you can prevent it from happening. A weed that's already been pulled or a weed that's already dying, it's not going to be really effective. Yeah, so just get out there, get in the garden.
Start preventing it first, and then if you have them, these are the ways to take care of them. And then, of course, they can ask you questions, too, if they don't know what they're doing. Like me, don't worry, I never know what I'm doing. Lastly, what are people doing? What's kind of any cool trends happening this spring you're noticing in San Diego?
You know, a lot of people are working towards the succulents, but not in the cactus or the really normal succulents. They have some really exotic succulents that go well with any garden. And then another thing that I've seen is veggies. Veggies are huge right now.
We like
a lot of people are planting tomatoes and peppers and their cucumbers and squashes, and they're just having such success with it. So that's really awesome.
Great. Well, Tiger, thank you so much. I've gotten my lesson today about weeds. More lessons to come here on San Diego 6. Tiger, thank you so much. If you have a question, a gardening question, head down to Mission Hills Nursery and you can ask for Tiger. Thanks again. Of course, for more information, just go to our website, san diego6.com, and click on Hot Topics.